I want to start a religion. No, wait. Don't leave. Just listen. Hear me out. I want to start a religion that would not be focused on saving man's soul or worrying about your eternity or your next life or anything like that. This our church would be about freeing men and women out of their financial slavery that is debt. That's what the whole purpose of the church would be. There'd be no beliefs, no dogma to follow, no creation myths to believe, nothing like that. It would simply be about a church that's making people free of their financial debt. And you say, well, how would you do that? How would you do that? Well, and first of all, this is all a joke, by the way. I was taking a shot at Scientology earlier, so that's where this came from. It's a joke, it's sarcasm. But then I started running with it. I started actually thinking this through, just asking myself questions, and then seeing what the answers were. And so you think, well, how would you do this? How would you have a church that's going to buy people out of their debt? Well, when I was a truck driver, there's a place in Southern California I delivered to quite frequently in Vernon, LA. And the guys on the dock, this was a large meat distribution place, I suppose. And they all worked on the dock, unloading trucks there and running the facility. And there was a rather large amount of employees. But anyway, every Friday they get their paychecks, and everybody would throw in $20 to a lottery or whatever you want to call it. But everybody would put in $20 cash into an envelope, and it wasn't like they were trying to win it, because you knew who the winner was going to be, and you knew when it was going to be you, as a matter of fact, because it was marked on the calendar all the way throughout the entire year. And I don't remember how many they had playing this game, but it was a good amount. I remember this, whatever they made on the docks working, the amount that they were going to win when it was their turn was like 3 times that. So if they're bringing home $450 from their check, then they're making like $850, $950, maybe $1,000 on top of that when it's your week to win. And they had enough of them playing this that you won twice a year. Everybody playing won twice a year. And they're explaining this to me, and I was like, wow, that is actually brilliant. What a brilliant idea. And I guess they're still doing this to this day. I don't know. But it is. I just thought it was brilliant, and I hadn't thought about it till this morning, when I asked myself that question. Okay, yeah, if you were starting a church, what would be the point of the church? What are you offering people? Are you saving their soul? No. You're saving them from the slavery that is their debt. Imagine this. What if there was a church that, when you walked in, the first question we have for you is, how much debt do you have? Not how much money do you have, but how much debt do you have? Oh, you're in debt $10,000, $25,000, $250,000, whatever. That's the number that it will take to buy you out of your debt, so that now you're free. Okay, cool. So we've got 10, let's just start with 10 people. Say there was 10 people, 10 church members. They don't have to be wealthy, they don't have to be celebrities, they don't need all that. Whatever their income is, whatever they make. If you had 10 people that was all contributing 10% of their income, tithing to a church, and that money, instead of going to fake social programs or fake drug programs and really getting funneled into the pockets of the top of the church, all of them, instead of that, what if that 10% that people were tithing was being funneled into a lottery account to buy new people out of their debt? So you'd start with one person. Okay, we got John here. John's got $25,000 worth of debt. We've got so much coming in. We will be able to buy him out of his debt in 2 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 months, whatever the number is. Okay, boom. We do that. Now John's debt-free. Out of debt. Still has his income. Still has his job or his business or whatever it is that he does to generate income. He still has that. But now he has no debt. Now it's quite easy for him to put 10% or even 20% of his income into the pot that is doing the same thing for other members. And that's what the church would openly be about. We're not trying to save your soul. We're trying to save your ass. We're trying to buy you out of the machine that you're indebted to. And that's freedom. Freedom is being able to make your own decisions. And when you have so much debt that you can't decide to do anything but what they tell you to do, you're not free. You're not free. And that would be the whole premise of our church. There'd be no dogma. There'd be, like I said, no creation myth to believe, nothing. That would be the straight up, honest goal of the church. And we'd tell everybody who wanted to hear, we'd spread the good news that there was a way. Think about that. If there was a church that you heard of right now where you could walk into some, building, and in that way you could walk in and become a member of a church, and we'd hand you a plan that says in 30 days you're going to be absolutely debt free, 100% debt free. And we explain the whole program to you of why we're going to buy you out of this debt, so now you have your freedom, and the only thing we're asking you to do is offer a percentage of that income so that we can continue to do this for other people. And we keep doing it until you had thousands and thousands of members all contributing us a small percentage of money every week, month, whatever, and you would have a pool of funds that would give you the instant power to everyone who walked in the door. Boom. How much debt you got? 150,000. Okay. Boom. You're done. Next. How much you got? Okay. Boom. Next. Now, again, this is a joke, folks. I'm not starting a religion, but I was making a joke, making a dig at Scientology, which, if you know anything about Scientology, you should be digging on Scientology. I'm not planning on doing this, but as I started thinking about it, I'm thinking, why doesn't anyone do this? I'm thinking, plus, get this, we would get to a point where we would get church status. We would get tax-exempt status. So now we have all these funds coming in. We're tax-exempt, so we don't even have to pay the government these funds, and we can use these funds to buy people out of the system. And that would be our church. There'd be no dogmas, there'd be no other point to it, just the church of, I don't know, we'd have to make up a name, we'd have to have something really, really cool name, but that would be the concept, that would be the idea. And if I came to your door, knock, 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 hi, I'm Chad, I'm with the church of whatever, and this is our plan for your salvation. Not for your soul, but for your life, for tomorrow, for right now. This is what we have to offer you. What do you say? I mean, would it be a bad idea? Would it be evil? Would it be... And by the way, like I said, there'd be no beliefs. There's no dogma or belief structure to buy into. Nothing like that. In fact, probably our only tenet would be that all beliefs are imaginary. And therefore, you're entitled to believe whatever you want because they're imaginary. Beliefs aren't real. They're just what you think about something. That's all they are. So you're entitled to, think what you want. But think about it. If that's what a church was offering to buy you out of your physical, material debt so that you could be free here and now, what kind of a sales pitch would that be for religion? If I'm going to start a religion, that's the one I'm going to do. I'm ICP Chad. Thanks for listening. Oh, Ron.